You know, some technology is just built different. It's built to last. But what happens when even the most legendary piece of gear has a secret, a fatal flaw hidden inside? Well, we're about to find out. We're going to dive into the story of a 30-year-old amateur radio and the incredible global community that absolutely refuses to let it die.
So, let's meet our hero. This is the Kenwood TS-850S. If you were a ham radio operator back in the 90s, this thing was basically the holy grail. Its performance, its build quality, it was a legend. And for so many operators, it's not just a box of wires and knobs, it's a piece of their story.
But here's the twist. For all its legendary status, for all the praise, many of these radios shipped from the factory with a ticking time bomb hidden deep inside. A problem that, if left alone, could turn this beautiful piece of engineering into a completely useless paperweight.
Okay, so before we get to that ticking time bomb, let's just take a moment to appreciate what made the TS-850S so special in the first place. You really have to understand its legacy to get why so many people are so determined to keep it alive.
So this radio had a pretty good run, right? Kicked off in 1989 and lasted till about 96, and during that time, it became an absolute favorite all over the world. But as the years turned into decades, a really nasty problem started popping up, especially in those early models.
So what was this critical vulnerability? Well, it all boils down to a few tiny and, as it turns out, irreplaceable little components.
And I'm not just being dramatic here. The bad news, in all caps, that's the actual heading on the go-to repair site for this radio. The community knew from day one just how serious this was.
At the very heart of the problem are these four custom chips, the YM6631s. You can think of them like the radio's vocal cords. They're responsible for generating the precise frequencies that let it transmit and receive. If they fail, the radio just goes silent. It becomes a heavy metal box.
And this is where it gets really serious. This is a quote from Larry Tyree, the operator who runs the main repair resource for this radio. He doesn't mince words. He says, "It is only a matter of time before they will self-destruct." It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
So how do you know if you're in trouble? Well, this flaw mostly hits the early production runs. The symptoms can be super weird and hard to pin down. Your radio might just start acting strange, or it might even send you a cryptic error message in Morse code, UL for unlocked. And here's the real gut punch. Kenwood stopped making replacement chips years and years ago. You just can't buy new ones.
But you know what? This is not a sad story about old tech dying. Nope, this is where the story gets good. This is where the passionate users decided that no longer available was just not an acceptable answer.
And this is their headquarters, the TS-850S repair page. For decades, this site, run by N6TR, has been the digital campfire, the central library where owners from all over the world gather to share their collective wisdom and keep these amazing rigs on the air.
And we're not just talking about that one fatal flaw. Oh no. The community has basically built an incredible, crowdsourced repair manual that covers dozens of other common issues these radios face.
Okay, check out this perfect example. Your radio starts sounding all raspy and distorted, and it gets worse as it warms up. What do? Well, thanks to the community, specifically a user named Dave, NR1DX, we know the culprit is often just one tiny component, a capacitor, that's drifted out of spec. The fix? A simple voltage adjustment. That shared knowledge has probably saved thousands of radios from the scrap heap.
Oh, and here's another classic, the dreaded dead display. Owners figured out that a single capacitor, C18, would often leak this nasty corrosive fluid. That gunk would literally eat away a tiny copper path on the circuit board, cutting power to the display. The community fix involves careful cleaning and soldering in a little jumper wire to bypass the damage.
Or how about this one? Your transmit power goes completely haywire, bouncing from 0 to full power and back again. Wild stuff. The community traced this one back to a failure on the DC-DC board, and operators like K0BX didn't just find the fix, they documented the whole procedure online for everyone else to follow.
And this is what I love. The spirit of collaboration is everywhere. The main repair site is filled with notes like this one, giving credit where credit is due. It's a community built on respect and a shared goal. Just keep these amazing radios on the air.
Okay, but the story gets even better, because this isn't just about fixing old problems anymore. The community is now taking this classic radio and dragging it, kicking and screaming, into the 21st century.
They're not just preserving the past, they're building its future.
Yeah, we've gone way beyond just patching things up. We're talking about incredibly skilled hobbyists designing entirely new parts from scratch, using modern tech to solve old problems and even add brand new features.
And get ready for this, because this is seriously cool. What you are looking at is a brand new custom-designed circuit board that adds a modern USB port to this 30-year-old radio. I mean, come on. It's a beautiful piece of engineering that lets you control the whole radio from a PC.
And look at the result. It's so clean. It's designed to perfectly replace an old, obsolete port on the back. No drilling, no ugly hacks. It looks like it could have come straight from the Kenwood factory. A 90s classic with a totally modern connection.
And it's not just USB ports. Remember those ticking time bomb DDS chips? Well, people are now designing completely new replacement care boards using modern, reliable parts. There are aftermarket stability upgrades, all sorts of enhancements. The community is actively future-proofing this classic radio.
So, all of this brings us to the big question, right? The most important question. Why? Why pour all this time, this effort, this incredible ingenuity into a piece of electronics that's over 30 years old?
Because it is so much more than just a radio. It's an appreciation for a truly brilliant, original design that's worth saving. It's about that immense satisfaction you get from troubleshooting and fixing something with your own two hands. It's about connecting with a global community. And you know what? In an age of disposable gadgets, it's a powerful statement. It's a living, breathing example of the right to repair and a pushback against our throwaway culture.
The story of the Kenwood TS-850S is incredible. It just proves that with enough passion and enough collaboration, almost anything is worth saving. And it leaves us with a question to think about. In a world that is constantly pushing us to buy the next new thing, what pieces of our own technology and our own history are truly worth preserving?